Morning, Pete Buttigieg has raised more than $7 million since launching his presidential exploratory committee back on January 23rd. He's the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and he announced the figure this morning in a tweet, thanking his supporters and adding that he is, quote, outperforming expectations at every turn. The figure comes on the heels of Buttigieg placing third in a recent poll of the Iowa caucus released last week. More campaigns are expected to announce their fundraising tallies today as this year's first quarter of fundraising ended yesterday. The 2020 candidates have until April 15th to release their fundraising numbers. But this is impressive, Joe, on so many levels, because I feel like Buttigieg has sort of come out of nowhere, and he keeps defying expectations of someone who's 37 and the mayor of South Bend.
He really does, and some Democratic activists may not like to recognize this fact, but money matters.
Right.
And it shows you who can withstand a couple of bad news cycles or a few bad weeks here or there. Having money matters. Right now, Elizabeth Warren is having some trouble. We heard over the weekend that she had lost her finance director, but she's moving, I think, $10 million over from her Senate account. Money matters. Elizabeth Warren is going to be able to survive this rocky start, and I suspect she'll be around for quite some time. Here with Mayor Pete, you have a situation where Casey Hunt, the excitement that Mayor generated from the start has been something to behold. A fantastic job on a CNN town hall meeting. He blew a lot of people away when he was on Morning Joe. He got great reaction to that as well. And he has been raising money and impressing people at every turn. What's your take on Mayor Pete? What's official Washington's take on Mayor Pete? What does the president think of Mayor Pete?
Joe, I would say that he is the one candidate where I come away from conversations with sources, with other, reporters. I mean, you name it. Everyone that interacts with him is just blown away by him. And that is not the case with basically any other candidate in this field. Certainly, many of them are very impressive people. They bring a lot to the table. But this is somebody that, you wouldn't necessarily think about right away as, somebody playing on this stage. And Mayor Pete has acknowledged this himself. But, he's also said, hey, if you don't take that shot, perhaps this is what we really need. And I think this fundraising total, now we know he's somebody who he's not ruled out high dollar donors the way some of the other candidates have. But this shows that you can really be competitive with small donors, through getting that buzz online. I mean, remember, he's not even technically an official candidate. This is, as Mika pointed out, an exploratory committee. And, some people have said, maybe if there is one candidate who is the absolute opposite of Donald Trump, it's Pete Buttigieg. And it's partly because, he embraces the fact that he is, he has this intellectual persona. His answers are thoughtful. They're, sometimes lengthy. And he just is the antithesis of a reality show TV president in so many ways.
Yeah, he really is in so many ways. And Jonathan Lemire, speaking of a reality TV show president, has Donald Trump attacked Mayor Pete yet, or said anything about Mayor Pete?
What's his name for him?
What's his? I don't want to know what his name is for him. He may be staying away from him for a little while because he has said that maybe he's attacked some of these other candidates too early. But tell me, have you heard people inside the White House, around the president, offer any comments about this Democratic candidate that really looks like a rising star in every way?
His rise has been so sudden and rapid. It's taken the White House by surprise as well. No, President Trump has not commented about Mayor Pete just yet. People around him are still sorting out whether or not how seriously to take him. But this number today, this fundraising number, will solidify him as someone who needs to be taken seriously by other Democrats. And yes, eventually, perhaps, the RNC and the White House. We have seen Trump go after a number of other candidates. He goes after Elizabeth Warren all the time. We've heard him go after Beto O'Rourke, a little bit on Bernie Sanders. and he certainly believes in his ability to define his opponent and believe he can wear them down with the nicknames, with the attacks. But this Mayor Pete, this is an extremely impressive showing, and if it is striking to back up Casey's point there. If from Barack Obama to Donald Trump is one extreme to another, certainly Trump to Mayor Pete, getting ahead of ourselves, would be just as dramatic.